center, 6'5" junior from Belle Plaine, Texas, number 30, Jackson Taylor. Mount Mercy is coached by Aaron Jennings. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing your Pioneers. Starting at guard, 6'3" sophomore from Dayton, Ohio, number 3, Elmore. At the other guard, 6'5" senior from McPherson, Kansas, number 13, Jake Alexander. At the other guard, 6'5" senior from Olathe, Kansas, number 25, Anthony Brown. At forward, 6'8" senior from Kansas City, Missouri, number 23, Caleb Jones McCrary. And at the other forward, 6'7" freshman from Barcelona, Spain, number 42, Gerard Bosch. Pioneers are coached by Adam Hector, assisted by Hudson Welty and Jacob Reddy.
Oh, welcome into the Cook Center, where we're set for some Heart of America Conference action between your host, the Mid-American Nazarene University Pioneers, and the visiting Mount Mercy Mustangs in town from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This is a Mount Mercy team that starting a couple of freshmen, a lot of young faces, and got off to a slow start, but has won 3 of their last 4, including win over a really good Park team and then a ranked opponent in Columbia just before heading down this way. So keep your eye on number 1, Ryan Bartley, the 6'7" junior, averaging over 20 points a game, 21 points a game, had 28 in the win over Columbia. So Pioneers got their hands full at the visiting Mustangs. Pioneers coming off a 2-point loss against a really talented Central Methodist squad. And right out of the gate, go to the big fella, Caleb Jones McCrary in the paint. Like to set that ball screen, roll into the post, dives hard and seals, gets the easy 2. And you're going to see old school, traditional Princeton offense from this Mustangs team. They're always high scoring, scoring in the 90s, 92, 98, 90 in their wins. Can shoot it from the 3-point line, a lot of backdoor cuts off that split action, play out of the high post. They're tough to guard. Elmore's shot off the mark, and Caleb Jones McCrary knocked it off of a blue jersey out of bounds, so Pioneers will keep possession, baseline underneath, and Elmore will inbound it there. Get it into Anthony Brown. He's one-on-one with Ryan Bartley. That's going to be the matchup to watch. And Makai Elmore knocks down the 3 off the skip pass from Brown. A quick 5-0 start in the opening minute for your Pioneers. And of note, leading scorer junior Ed Wright in uniform tonight. We haven't seen him the last few games with an ankle injury. I've heard the coaching staff, Hudson Welty, tells me he's going to play tonight, limited minutes, but good news for the Pioneers to get him back. Bartley shot off the mark. Brown the rebound. Pioneers run. Elmore gets a step-up screen from Bosch and a switch. This is a bigger Mount Mercy team than we've seen in the past. They've been pretty guard-oriented. There's a lot of size out there for this club. Bartley at 6'7", a freshman. Jackson Freed at 6'7". Ruzmir Hamzic checking in right now is 6'6". Jackson Tiegler 6'5", so plenty of length out there. Riley Pankey checks in for the first time as well. Bosch is going to take a 3 from the left wing and left it just short. Freshman from Barcelona, Spain, and he can shoot it from out there. Big lefty, and that's a travel on Horton. Yep. Horton Jr., too many steps. And quick subs from Coach Aaron Jennings, and Coach Jennings played at Northwestern in that legendary Princeton offense and has his guys run it to a T. Alexander just missed Bosch in the paint, rolling to the rim. I think he had him open for a moment. A high post will play through CJ at that elbow. And pick and roll, little pocket pass was stolen away. And Anthony Brown returns the favor, steals it in transition. Pioneers want to run, really had no numbers though. Kind of a sloppy offensive start for the Mustangs. Again, that's what they do, they score it. A little behind the back dribble and the contested floater goes in for Anthony Brown. Brown now, after that too, is just 10 points away from 2,000 career points, which not a whole lot of guys in the country scored 2,000 points in college. That is elite company. He's 10 points away. Horton looking to inbound, and he's not going to have to, as Gerard Bosch whistled for a foul off the ball, holding Bartley on the cut. Three on the way, it's blocked. Anthony Brown got a piece of it. Hamzic took a three from the corner, and the long arms of Anthony Brown come up with the block. They go right inside to Bosch. Matched up with Bartley. Bosch goes up over for the jump hook, missed it. Bartley is 6'7" and jumps out of the gym. I mean, doing some ridiculous dunks and warm-ups, but really a thin frame. And if he's going to be matched up with Bosch, Bosch, just a freshman, definitely has the size advantage in terms of weight. Kicks it out to Brown and reposts, nothing there. Anthony in the paint, floater again, got it again. 2 for 2 for Anthony Brown. It's a 9-0 start for the Pioneers. There's a backdoor cut out of that Princeton offense. Leads to an easy layup for Jackson Tiegler. They play out of that high post catch so often. That time he sprinted to the high post and then just went backdoor for the easy two. Elmore gets the ball screen. Alexander shaking up out of the corner, nothing there. Mackay to the rack. Hangs, couldn't get the finish. Jones McCurry tapped it out, but Ryan Bartley there waiting. Horton into the paint. Got a couple Pioneers off their feet, and he's going to be fouled. I believe that's on Bosch, and if it is, it's his second. So 2 quick fouls on Gerard Bosch will send Brooks Lenger into the ballgame for the first time. First guy off the bench for this Pioneer club. Bartley gets it on the inbounds, and he's fouled. Going to head to the line for 2. Anthony Brown whistled for the personal, his first.
That's his first, third team foul. Ryan Bartley at the line, shooting 2.
Bartley connects on the first, and we'll see Ed Wright head into the ballgame for Jake Alexander. Again, Ed's been sorely missed the last few games with an ankle injury. He's got a big brace on it. And watching him in warm-ups, he's certainly favoring it a little bit, but he's moving okay. On a minutes restriction tonight, but that's a big 18 points a game from Lorain, Ohio out there in number 5. They're going to go to him right away. Gets a little handoff into a ball screen. Step back, thought about a 3. Swings it to Elmore. They go inside to Jones McCrary. Ball's poked away. Hamzic came from behind, stole it away, and Horton in transition with the behind-the-back dribble in the finish. So a 6-0 run now for Mount Mercy. Can score it in bunches. Be careful not to let the runs extend. Ed Wright, 3, top of the key, rattles out. In rhythm jumper. Take that shot from Wright, almost a 40% three-point shooter, maybe over a 40% three-point shooter. He is a 45% three-point shooter. Horton gets a screen from the big fella Cameron Pearson off the bench, 6'8", from Sioux City, Iowa. Bartley's 3 off the mark, and Horton goes up over Mackay Elmore, and he's whistled for the foul. It's a nice job by the sophomore point guard Elmore of putting a body on somebody, getting in legal rebounding position, and forcing the foul on big Cameron Pearson. So a 9-0 start for the Pioneers, answered by a 6-0 run. 15 minutes to go here in the first half. Wright gets a ball screen. Swung around the perimeter. They want to go to Jones McCurry inside. Not there. Skip pass. Elmore attacks. Dribbled it off his foot, and Ed Wright saved it. He's going to take a three from the corner, rattles out. 2 good looks now for Wright. Can knock the rust off a bit. Backdoor cut. And just about turned it over as Riley Pankey was open on that backdoor cut and then threw it to a teammate on the wing. Brooks Langer met it, deflected it out of bounds. Little double drag ball screen now. I haven't seen as much of the traditional Princeton stuff here in the first half. Bartley gets a switch, working on Jones McCrary. Hamzich attacks, drops it back off to Bartley. He gets all the way to the rim and scores with his weak hand. The lefty went up and in with the right hand on the baseline. It's a 1-point game now. Step up screen from Langer. He rolls into the post. Now we'll get that empty side ball screen. Mackay to the rim. Hangs, takes some contact, no whistle. Here comes Mount Mercy with a chance to take their first lead. That high ball screen, Horton into the paint. And that's blocked by Jones McCrary. He's going to swallow that up all night. Anthony Horton Jr., just a 6-foot guard, trying to go up over a shot blocker like Jones McCrary. Good luck. Looking for Anthony Brown in the post now. He's matched up with Bartley, excuse me. Double team comes. Brown keeps the dribble alive, spins baseline and scores. That's a tough basket for Anthony Brown. He was 12 points away from 2,000 when we tipped off. He's cut that in half with 6 early points. Filthy baseline spin. Bartley's three off the mark. Here come the Pioneers transition. Langer thought about a triple, turned it down, gonna run offense. Throws it inside to his post player, Jones McCrary. Double team comes. Jump hook up and in. A nice answer from the Pioneers going inside, back-to-back possessions. Anthony Brown, Caleb Jones McCrary scoring with the jump hook. And we'll take a quick timeout, 13-8 lead, 12:55 to go in the first half, MNUsports.com. We'll see what the Mustangs have coming out of the timeout after a little run from the Pioneers. They're looking to isolate Bartley in the post with Anthony Brown. Brown does a nice job, won't let him touch. Instead, Horton walks into a three and buries it, but Caleb Jones McCrary all alone with the back scratch, cocked it all the way back, touched that number 23 on his jersey and throws it down. You're playing against the Pioneers. You have got to get back after a made basket because they're going to run. Perfect example there of a Utah basket. What legendary head coach Rocky Lamar called it for years. I'm sure Coach Hepker keeping that terminology. There's another block from Jones McCrary. And last touched by Mount Mercy. Isaiah Cole, the freshman, with a good defense, and then his center coming over and help to clean it up. Cole, the freshman from Olathe Northwest, a local product. Outstanding career there in the Sunflower League. Finds himself open in the corner, takes a three, and it just rattles out. Mustangs look to push now. Horton aggressive in transition early. Swings it out to Bartley, top of the key. Really not a traditional big on the floor for the Mustangs, so Jones McCrary having to guard a talented perimeter player in Ryan Bartley. Does so well. Elmore, crossover in transition to the rim, he's fouled. Mackay is so quick in transition. That's a nasty right to left cross. Gets to his strong hand, which is his left hand, and gets all the way to the rim.
That's his first 13th foul. Mackay Elmore at the line, shooting 2.
Mackay off the mark on the first free throw. Pioneers at times have struggled at the free throw line this year. team that scores it efficiently from the field most of the time, but free throw line caused issues at times. Mackay splits the two, and he'll get a breather as the sophomore from Herman, Utah, Branton Van Dyke, comes in at the point guard spot. Now Coach Hepker giving Isaiah Cole the difficult task of guarding a 6'7" junior Bartley who averages 21 points a game, and Cole up for the task. Now they switch the ball screen so Jones McCrary can test the shot and Bartley knocks it down. A smooth offensive player. He's got 6 early on. Like, Pioneers may be switching every screen right now with this lineup. Ed Wright off the ball screen, into the paint, has his shot blocked. Bartley got his hands on it, and here come the Mustangs in transition. They're fouled by Van Dyke from behind. That's actually a smart foul by Brandon Van Dyke. Stop the fast break. It was going to be like a 4-on-2 situation. So heads up play, Van Dyke stops the break. They isolate Bartley on the wing again. This time he drives baseline, refuses the screen, and Isaiah Cole whistled for the foul. Not a ton of contact there. Did a nice job cutting off the baseline. But whistled for his first personal, the 5th team foul on the Pioneers. Just about every possession now, Mustangs looking for Bartley on that left wing. Shot missed inside, and Pioneers want to run. Van Dyke gonna have to go to Jones McCrary, top of the key. Gets a ball screen, snakes it into the paint, and he's fouled from behind. A nice take from Branton Van Dyke. And some good minutes at the backup point guard spot for Elmore. Those two guys came in the same recruiting class a year ago and both saw minutes early. Mackay certainly the bulk of the minutes late, but Van Dyke taking a step here in his sophomore year. Another young face, a sophomore from Olathe South High School, Caden Caberline checks in. One of several local guys on the team. Alexander from McPherson, Kansas, and then Cole and Caberline and Anthony Brown, all from Olathe High Schools. Brooks Langer from just up the road in Missouri, as we had a player hit the deck hard. I think that's Anthony Horton. I didn't see what caused the fall, but it didn't sound good, and Horton's down being tended to by head coach Aaron Jennings and the Pioneer training staff. So we'll take a quick break and let the training professionals tend to Anthony Horton. We'll be back. 16-13, 10:31 to go in the first half, Pioneers. So good news is Anthony Horton up and walks off on his own power. He wanted to stay in the game. Of course, if play is stopped to tend to the injury, you have to come out, at least be checked on. So looks to be okay, and that's good news. But sends Ryan Hartley right back into the ballgame. And Bartley one-on-one in the post with Isaiah Cole. Bartley turns baseline, fadeaway, rattles out. An offensive rebound and put back by Aiden Yamakowski. Yamakowski, a freshman from Toddville, Iowa, will head to the line for two. It's the second personal on Van Dyke, 6th team foul. Free throws come up empty. Pioneers still hold that 3-point lead as we will head to the under 10 media timeout at the next dead ball. Right, ball screen from Caberline, turned it over. He was looking for Alexander coming up out of the corner. Active hands defensively for the Mustangs. Force a steal. Dribble handoff. They go inside of the post. Caberline matched up with Big Pearson, and Pearson's jump hook goes in. 16-15 lead now. Van Dyke probing. Gets it back out to Ed Wright. Wright in the paint to the cup. Stripped. Bartley comes away with it from behind. Mount Mercy looking to go back inside to Pearson as they feel they've got a size advantage there. Instead, the freshman going to be whistled for an offensive foul. Aiden Yamakowski just throwing his body into the chest of the Pioneer defender. Offensive foul called, and that'll bring us to the under 10 timeout. Pioneers, after the hot start, hanging on to a 16-15 lead. 9:13 to go in the first half. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. So it's the starting five back on the floor for Mid-America with the exception of Brooks Langer in for Bosch. Bosch sitting with those 2 fouls. Alexander gets a ball screen, gets into the paint, probes, shot fakes a couple of times, got Pearson off his feet but couldn't get the layup to drop. Mustangs in transition and all by himself. Ruzmir Hamzic gets the layup and gives Mount Mercy a 17-16 lead. Pankey fouls Makai Elmore in the backcourt, his first, but the 16th foul. So both teams sitting at 16 fouls, both teams in the bonus the rest of the way. And nice to see Anthony Horton Jr. is okay and back into the ballgame. Elmore, little in and out dribble, gets to the elbow and gets the pull-up jumper to go. Man, Makai has taken such a step offensively this year, averaging 18 points a game, and can get into the paint at will. So good off the bounce. Knocking down that mid-range jumper puts the Pioneers back on top. Hartley gets that double ball screen once again. There's a switch. Langer runs Riley Pankey off the three-point line, and now Horton and Elmore matched up. There comes Jones McCrary for the block shot once again from behind. How many times tonight already has Jones McCrary gotten a block? And there's Alexander in transition with the 2. A nice pass from Makai Elmore. That's Pioneer basketball, turning a block shot into an easy 2 in transition. Now we've seen more of that Princeton offense now where dribble at, backdoor, look to the wing, backdoor, and there's Jones McCrary again, just erasing shots at the rim. Brown in transition, kicks, Elmore thought about the 3, turned it down. Crossover to the rack. Good luck staying in front of number 3 in the white jerseys. Makai Elmore has 8 after the blow by. There's that split action. Horton found himself at the rim, kicked it out for 3. Hamzic turned down the 3 and got all the way to the rim for a layup. He's got 4. Brown and Bartley, one-on-one in the post, and Brown up and over the top for the 2. Coach Jennings going to take a quick timeout. We'll take one with him. Anthony Brown and Makai Elmore lead the way with 8. Pioneers 24, Mount Mercy 19. Oh, Isaiah Cole enters the ball game once again for Alexander. And the freshman tasked with guarding some of the better players on the floor. You'd love to see that trust from a head coach and a young player. Again, Mount Mercy, not an easy team to defend. The action that they run and the freedom they play with. High ball screen for Horton. Elmore fights through. Horton got him off his feet but didn't shoot it. Jones McCrary this time with a steal. So we've seen how many, 4 or 5 block shots already in the first half. This time a steal but couldn't control it. It'll be Mount Mercy basketball on the sideline. I think the conversation is, did he have possession of the basketball and therefore a new 30-second shot clock for Mount Mercy? Or should the shot clock not reset because Caleb never had possession? And that's going to be the ruling. They're going to drop that clock back down to 20. A reminder to use that live chat feature on the YouTube live stream. Helps out a solo broadcaster. I see a Cole fan joining the chat, which we love that. But oftentimes we got people tuning in from all around the country, sometimes all around the world. We got Pioneers playing overseas and from overseas that tune in and check out these guys. So, you know, keep it positive, root for your team, your players, but hop in that live chat feature. Officials are discussing now with the scores table what the shot clock should be at. I thought we had determined 20. Now there's 9 sitting on the shot clock. I'm trying to hear the conversation with longtime operator Dennis Troyer and our head official. Difficult from up here with the headphones on, but reviewing time on the clock nonetheless. We'll take a quick break. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Play resumes. It is late shot clock for Mount Mercy. Doesn't matter. Turnover forced. Pioneers off in transition. Elmore to Brooks Langer on the wing. Brooks takes a 3 right in front of the Mount Mercy bench. Back iron. Anthony Brown skies for the rebound, and he's fouled. Going to go to the line for a 1-and-1? Or are they going to say it's a shooting foul? Either way, he's headed to the free throw line. Fouls on Will Rafe, his first. Anthony Brown's first free throw up and good. So he'll earn himself a second. Shout out McKenna Bush, the best marathon runner in Boston, Massachusetts, tuning into the Pioneers. May or may not have a connection to Brooks Langer, number 30. Anthony Brown now with 10 first half points and is 1 bucket away from 2,000 in his career. And we'll keep an eye on that. Likely that will be my Olathe Eye Care Good Vision play of the game. It's not often you see a guy break the century mark twice. Or the 1,000 mark. That's not a century mark. What's the 1,000 mark? Cole pressures the ball out top. Ball screen and a switch. Langer onto the ball. Jones McCrary off his feet, recovers and blocked it from behind. That's ridiculous by Jones McCrary to land and have a second jump in time to block that three-point attempt. That's going to be an offensive foul on Anthony Brown. That's his second personal, so we may have to wait until the second half for Brown to hit that 2,000-point mark, because oftentimes with 2 fouls this late in the first half, your first half might be done. We'll see. And Coach Hepker does trust his 5th-year senior. He may put him back out there. Empty side double ball screen. There's the switch, but it's got Ed Wright on a bum ankle guarding Ryan Bartley. He refuses the screen. Baseline drive. Good help defense by Brooks Langer. He's whistled for a foul. I disagree from up here, but came from the weak side. He's the low man, so his responsibility is protect the rim. He did. Met Bartley outside of the lane, forced a tough jumper, but Bartley is going to go to the line for 2. Bartley knocks down the first. Two for two at the line, so the leading scorer for the Mustangs now with 8 first-half points. Pioneers still lead by 5. Elmore probes, hits Cole shaken up out of the corner. Isaiah throws it up over the top for Jones McCrary. Good ball movement. Everybody's touched it. Elmore into the paint, and the pretty finish. Makai Elmore could turn the lights off in the bedroom and be in bed before the room's dark with 10 points in the first half. And now draws the offensive foul on Anthony Horton Jr., doing it on both ends. Just the first personal on Horton. Both teams sitting at 8 fouls. Langer sets a cross screen for Jones McCrary, and they get it inside. Double teams coming as soon as he puts it on the floor. It came a little bit late. Thought he was fouled. He kicks it out to an open shooter. Brooks Langer's three rattles out. Jones McCrary the rebound and the finish. Caleb just too much inside for this Mustangs team, and then he steals a pass in transition. Pioneers off and running. Elmore to the rack, finishes. Kid is so good in transition. The Pioneers turning defense into offense once again. The steal and the layup push that lead back out to 11 with 4:32 to go in the first half. We'll take a quick timeout. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Been a game of runs here in the first half, as it so often is when two high-octane offenses meet. The Pioneers, the latest run, and that's a dangerous entry pass. They do get it inside to Bartley. Double comes, he has to kick. Horton finds the paint, tries to go up over the top and does, scores over Ed Wright. Horton Jr. now with 7. Wright yet to score it, but man, it's good to see him back out there. Can create some offense for the Pioneers. Comes a ball screen from Langer. He ghosts it to the top of the key, and it frees up Elmore for the easy 2. That's good offense. Brooks Langer setting what they call a ghost screen, where looks like he's going to set an on-ball screen at the last minute, slips out to the top of the key. You got to go with him because he can shoot it. Confuse the defense. Do we switch? Do we stay home? And Elmore blow by to the rim. He's got 14. Horton again, baseline drive. This time he hits the pull-up jumper. Back-to-back buckets from Anthony Horton Jr., the senior guard out of Marion, Indiana. Right off the two-man game, knocks down the pull-up jumper. There he is. Mid-range pull-up, his staple. And Brooks Langer jumps the pass, was standing out of bounds when he stole it, but heads-up play defensively stops the fast break. Teams trading buckets now. Pioneers looking to get a stop. Trying to go to Bartley inside. Cole fronting. So Horton having to play one-on-one with Elmore. Drives baseline, and Elmore got a piece of it. Block shot for Elmore. Langer the rebound. Pioneers going to slow the pace a little bit, run some offense. Got a mismatch inside, they go to it. Jones McCrary patient. Here comes the double team, and he finds Ed Wright under the goal for the easy 2. Heads up play by Ed Wright, cutting back door when he saw the double team come. Gets the easy 2. What a luxury to have your center, Jones McCrary, be such a good passer. Good passes. There's Bartley finishing a nice pass at the rim. Bartley on pace for his 20. He averages it. He's got 10. Elmore in the paint. Finishes. That is such a tough finish from Mekhi Elmore. He got hit in the face. No whistle came. He's got 16 first half points. And Horton Jr. trying to answer the other way. Misses twice at the rim. Got his own rebound twice. In the easy 2 for Riley Pankey. Elmore, I think he may have been poked in the eye. I'm going to say, Ed, come dribble this ball up so I can regain my vision. Wright working one-on-one with Pankey now. Crossover, finds Elmore cutting to the rim, and the lefty goes up and in. He's got 18 in the first half. A nice pass from Ed Wright. And Pioneer's going to take a 30-second timeout, put a defensive group on the floor. 42-29 lead, 1:48 to go in the first half. We'll see what action Coach Aaron Jennings and the Mustangs come out of the timeout with, but they need to stop the bleeding. There's the double backdoor, make it a triple backdoor, and Horton Jr. gets it at the rim and is fouled. 3 consecutive backdoor cuts from that left side. That really is a nice wrinkle from Coach Jennings out of the Princeton offense, because typically those first 2 guys are going to cut backdoor, and Horton Jr. coming up out of the corner is going to get a dribble handoff, get a little 2-man game, and instead came up to get that handoff, faked it, and went backdoor. Free throw too strong. Converts on the second, so Horton Jr. now with 10. Elmore, zipper cut action to Ed Wright. Here comes the ball screen. Wright stopped behind it, thought about a 3. Not on the same page with Jones McCrary. The turnover, and in transition are the Mustangs. The layup's up and good by Jackson Teagler. Lead back down to 10. Elmore in the paint, to the rim. Finally missed one, but Jones McCrary there for the rebound, and he's wrapped up by Riley Pankey. It's the first time Mekhi's missed in the paint, I think. Would have given him 20. Jones McCrary will be at the line for 2. Connects on the first. And he joins a host of players in double figures with 10. Under a minute to go in the first half. Back and forth, high-octane offense as we expected. Bartley isolated in the post, easy 2. It's a tough cover. Ryan Bartley can score in a variety of ways, so athletic. Alexander open for 3. Off the mark. And Mustangs have numbers. And Jackson Teagler tried to dunk that in traffic, had an easy layup and missed the dunk. Pioneers in transition, it's going to be a travel. A questionable choice by Tiegler going for the dunk there when he had an easy two. Pioneers did not capitalize, though, with the turnover, and Mustangs can take the final shot of the first half should they choose to do so. Looks like they will. Going to flatten things out. You've got to imagine it's going to be Horton Jr. or Bartley with the ball in their hands. They look for Bartley backdoor. Now they get it to him in the post. Turnaround jumper is good. He's got 14, makes it a single-digit game at the half. But Pioneers will take a 44-36 lead into the break, led by 18 first-half points by Makai Elmore. 15-minute break. We'll be back. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. Well, welcome back into the Cook Center in Bell Family Arena and Rocky Lamar Court here on the campus of Mid-America Nazarene University in Olathe, Kansas. Set for the second half of action. Your Pioneers lead at 44-36 after 20 minutes. The high-scoring affair expected to continue. Bartley kicks it out for a three to start things off in the second half. No good from Yamakowski. 18 first-half points from Makai Elmore. That's got to be a career high at the half. Averages 18 points a game on the season. The sophomore from Dayton, Ohio. Pretty fine. Anthony Brown with a nice pass to Jones McCrary for the deuce. Pioneers executing first play of the half once again. Caleb now with 12. And Bartley, tough shot over the outstretched arms of a good defender, off the mark. Pioneers right back inside to Jones McCrary. This time he tried to find Anthony Brown. All kinds of traffic. Should have been a foul called underneath. No whistle. Horton Jr. in transition. Off the glass, got it to go. Nice finish from Anthony Horton. Lead bouncing back and forth between double and single digits. Bosch gets a touch in the post. He sat most of the first half with two quick fouls. The freshman from Spain out of Sunrise Christian Academy. A late shot clock. Pioneers nothing doing offensively. Going to take a tough shot as Jake Alexander almost got it to drop. Bosch and Brown both fighting for the rebound. And it ends up in the hands of Mount Mercy. And once again, Tiegler goes up for a dunk, misses the dunk, and would have had an easy two had he laid it in. That's twice now from Jackson Tiegler. Another tough bucket from Anthony Horton. Bails him out, but Jones McCrary in the post. Kicks it out for Bosch, turns down the three. All of a sudden, we got a 6-point game. Pioneers getting a little stagnant offensively. Go back inside to Caleb, 10 on the shot clock. Double team comes. Jones McCrary finds a open Anthony Brown on the wing, and his three too strong. Alexander the offensive rebound, and he's fouled. Jake gonna go to the line for two, stops the bleeding.
That's his second personal, first team foul. Jake Alexander at the line, shooting two.
Jake Alexander knocks down the first. Fifth-year senior. Had a heck of a career here from McPherson, Kansas. Excuse me. Jeez. The Manchester maniac was Jordan Whelan. The McPherson maniac, Jake Alexander. Yamakowski gets the tip in, and the lead is down to 5. 17:24 to go in the second half. Double team comes on Brown in the post. He finds Alexander cutting to the rim, and his two's up and in. Tremendous cut out of the weak side corner by Alexander, and a nice assist from Anthony Brown. Bartley loves to refuse that ball screen and drive to his left hand. This time, Mid-America defense forces him to use it, goes middle. Not nearly as comfortable going right as Bartley, but a three buried by Ruzmir Hamzic. Hamzic from Bosnia, but a transfer from Marshalltown Community College. Back into the post they go. 3 or 4 blue jerseys were in the paint with Jones McCrary. He kicked it out, and it was turned over. Anthony Brown comes flying out from behind for the block shot off the glass, but guess who? Hamzic, wide open in the corner, buries a three, and the lead is down to 1. What was a double-digit lead at the half is now a 1-point ball game with 16:21 on the clock. Timeout, Pioneers. We'll take a quick break. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube. So a couple of threes from Hamzich and a couple tough buckets from Anthony Horton Jr. to open the second half have found Mount Mercy in a one-point ball game. Brown gets the handoff in the ball screen, working in that right slot. Pioneers want to go inside to Jones McCrary. There's been a lot of help defense in the paint. Forces a three from Bosch that was left well short. Jones McCrary got his hand on the ball, just about picked up another steal. He's tasked with guarding Bartley out top. Backdoor cut and a steal. Jones McCrary all alone. Look out. With a nice reverse dunk to put the Pioneers back on top by 3. Caleb Jones McCrary having a heck of a game defensively. Another steal turns it into the reverse dunk. Horton Jr., the pull-up, too strong. And all alone, Hamzich for 3, no good. But a foul away from the ball, fighting for the rebound, is going to be called on Makai Elmore. It's his first personal.
That's his first team foul.
Pioneers fortunate, though, as Hamzich had knocked down a couple triples in a row, found himself wide open after the offensive rebound. Didn't get it to drop. Ed Wright checks back into the ballgame for the Pioneers. Again, his first game back coming off of a pretty serious ankle injury. This time Hamzich gets into the lane, shot fakes, but can't get it to go. Elmore in transition, over the top to Jones McCrary for the oop. A beautiful find from Makai Elmore, and back-to-back dunks from Jones McCrary has the momentum shifting back in favor of Mid-America. Pretty play, a nice pass and a nice finish. The dunk can often turn the tides of the momentum, but a 3 from Bartley answers back. He's got 17 already, and we're in a one-possession ball. Brown left open on the wing, takes the 3, rattles out, and a well out of his area offensive rebound from Elmore. It's another possession. The effort on the offensive glass has been tremendous. A step back 3 from right off the back rim, another O-board. This time it's Anthony Brown. He's in the paint. Floater just rattles out. Bartley brings it across. The chance to tie or take the lead. Gets a switch on Bartley with a significant size advantage on Elmore. It has not gone into the post. It's been Horton Jr. out top. Bartley's 3 on the way from the corner. He hit it, and it gives Mount Mercy a 54-53 lead. And Bartley now has 20. Elmore refuses a ball screen in the paint, and he's fouled. Anthony Horton, Hamzich left alone, shot fakes, gets into the paint. And finds a wide open Horton Jr. Horton not looking to shoot it from the perimeter, in the paint all the time. And a nice layup with the left hand by Pankey. Back and forth we go, trading leads. Ed Wright, empty side ball screen. Hesitates, kicks, gets it back on the repost for Jones McCrary. He spins baseline. Dropped it off for Anthony Brown, and Brown to Bosch. Gerard Bosch with the dunk. Bosch throws one down up over the top of Cameron Pearson. His first basket of the game comes with authority. 3 dunks in the last 5 possessions for the Pioneers. Bartley looking to answer once again. It's too strong, but another long offensive rebound. Hamzich, 3. Hits the front rim and goes over the backboard, out of bounds, Pioneer basketball. Pioneers lead by 1 in what has been quite an entertaining start to the second half. Van Dyke running the show. Goes out top, Jones McCrary. And now empty side for Langer. He shot fakes, drives baseline, cut off there by Hamzich. Right inside to Anthony Brown, one-on-one with Bartley. Turns up over the top. Some contact, no whistle, left it short. Horton Jr. right into the lane and took some contact. That was really good defense by Branton Van Dyke. He got some of the basketball up top, and Horton finished through it. It's a tough basket. Right off the screen. Thought about a pull-up jumper. Instead, swung it out to Langer. Inside the post they go. Kick. Van Dyke into the lane. Finds a wide open Anthony Brown in the corner, and he hits it. Anthony Brown puts the Pioneers on top by 2. And welcome to the 2,000 point club, Anthony Brown. That is elite company across the nation at any level. Not a lot of guys can say they scored 2,000 points in their college career. Anthony Brown among them. Congrats, AB. That 2,000 will feel a lot sweeter with a win. Make it 2003 now. Off the nice assist and running the floor. 11 minutes to go. Pioneers back on top by 4. High post, here comes the split action. Hamzich gets it top of the key. Shot fakes, gets into the paint. He's fouled. Van Dyke got a hand on it. Van Dyke picks up his 3rd personal. Just the 2nd team foul on Mid-America here in the second half.
Substitution for the Mustangs.
Pearson out top takes a 3, and the big fellow. There's a nice looking stroke from the 6'8" center. Didn't get it to go, but yet again, offensive rebounds. Bartley into the paint. Great defense by Bosch. Blocked the first one. Bartley got it back, puts it up and in. Van Dyke probing into the paint. Pearson got a hand on that ball, and Van Dyke lucky to get it back. Pioneers a little out of sync this possession down. Wright gets to the rim, scores. It's what really talented offensive players can do. Take what looks like an empty possession and bail you out with a bucket. Ed Wright does that. He's got 6 now in his return. Kai Elmore and Jake Alexander will check back in at the next dead ball. Rebound for Jones McCrary. Pioneers can push. It's 4-on-4. Anything less than 5-on-5 is an advantage to the offense. That's a bad pass by Wright. Fortunately, Horton Jr. touched it on its way out of bounds, or it would have been a turnover, but we've got the under 10 media timeout, and it will be Pioneer basketball baseline out of bounds when we come back. 64-60, Pioneers lead it. MNUsports.com. Elmore will inbound it baseline underneath. They're looking for Bosch curling to the rim. They get it to him. Help comes. Gerard Bosch whistled for an offensive foul. I can't believe that call. Bosch didn't extend the off arm. Defender didn't go to the floor. Didn't really go through its chest. I can't understand the charge call there, but officials didn't ask my opinion, and I'm certain they're not going to change the call. So it's the 3rd personal on Bosch. Mount Mercy basketball. There's those back doors. Bartley gets it out top. Coach Hebker challenging his group in that timeout. We got to do it on the defensive end. guys out of the paint with your chest. Quit reaching. And Horton Jr. takes a 3 off the mark. Again, Horton Jr. is nasty quick. He's been in the paint all night. Hasn't looked to shoot it much from the perimeter. That may be why. Pioneers giving him some space. And then drive and kick, 3 from the corner. That's one that we don't want to give up. Fortunate, the miss, and a rebound by Jake Alexander. Pioneers going to slow the pace, try to execute some half-court offense. Jones-McCurry's got a size mismatch with Hamzich. There's really not a true big on the floor right now for Mount Mercy. Jones-McCurry catches, double immediately comes. Go right back to him on the repost. Late shot clock. Kick out for Brooks Langer. 3 on the way, left it short. And nobody back. Langer able to get back and contest with Horton and forces the turnover. So nice heads-up play by Brooks Langer to get back in transition, even though he's the one who shot the basketball. Saved a layup. Elmore finds himself all alone, and he buries it. Makai Elmore, with his first bucket of the second half, had 18 in the first. Points 19, 20, and 21 give the Pioneers a 7-point lead. Bartley looking to post Bosch, and Bosch going to be whistled for his 4th. So an interesting lineup for the Pioneers now on the floor is Isaiah Cole going to check in for Bosch, Anthony Brown back in, and he comes in for Jones-McCrary. So coming out of this timeout, Pioneers will match the small ball lineup with no bigs on the floor, likely switch every screen. We'll see. We've got a full timeout at the Cook Center, so 1-minute break, MNUsports.com. Small ball lineup on the floor for both teams coming out of the timeout. Under 8 minutes to go. Home team leads by 7. It's Elmore, Langer, Alexander, Brown, and Cole on the floor. They do seem to be switching every screen, as you'd expect. Late shot clock could cause some issues for this Mount Mercy team as they thrive off slips and backdoor cuts. You're going to switch every screen. You can potentially blow that up. Trying to get it inside to Bartley. It's tipped away. Good defense by Alexander. Here comes Elmore in transition. Stripped. I thought maybe Horton got a piece of Makai's arm there, but officials say got it cleanly. Horton, it's a blur to the rim. He's fouled. Fouls on Isaiah Cole. Okay, I was waiting to get the call from the scores table. They're going to call it on Cole, his 2nd. Maybe it's the sparkly gold shoes of Anthony Horton Jr. that make me think he's even faster than he looks. But man, that kid is quick as a hiccup. Got 17 points now after that made free throw. We'll see if the Birdman, Ryan Robinson, whooping in the corner can cause a miss. Not this time. So Horton Jr. and Ryan Bartley have combined for 40 of Mount Mercy's 62. Elmore just about lost it dives to the floor. He did. Horton Jr. with another steal. To the rim, scores through some contacts. Horton Jr. now with 20. And just imprints all over this game on both ends. And Coach Hepker want to take a timeout. So what was a 67-60 lead, thanks to Anthony Horton Jr., is all of a sudden a 3-point game. Pioneers want to talk things over. So Branton Van Dyke and Jones McCurry back in at the timeout here. Pioneers lead by 3. See if they can get Jones McCurry a touch inside. Go dribble, handoff to Anthony Brown. He's working on Hamzich, gets into the lane, he's fouled. Help came over from Riley Pankey, reached in, he's whistled for the foul.
That's his 3rd personal. 3rd team foul.
Pioneers isolate this side. Anthony Brown has it in the post with Bartley. Puts it on the floor. Here comes the double team. Brooks Langer, catch and shoot 3, no good. Got a good look that time. Shooter out of the post-up double team, but Pioneers struggled to find the range from long distance here in the second half. Horton Jr. is going to be fouled. It's going to be on Anthony Brown, I believe it is, and that's his 3rd.
Anthony Brown, that's his 3rd. 16th foul.
And they're trying to send Horton to the free throw line when he passed the basketball. Not a shooting foul. Okay, they've corrected it now. They're going to say it was on the floor. I mean, Horton Jr. literally passed the ball when he was fouled, so it's tough to call that a shooting foul when no shot attempt took place. Officials figured it out. Good for them. Bartley up over the top on a nice executed inbounds play, but couldn't get the bucket to drop. Pioneers run. Langer thought about a 3, turned it down. He hadn't hit one tonight. I think had 1 or 2 gone down, he might have pulled the trigger there. Was in transition, though. Don't mind the decision. Run some offense, get your big fella a touch, and he kicks it to an open Anthony Brown. Corner 3, rattles out. Alexander fighting for the extra possession. Eventually Van Dyke came down with it. But that's all Jake Alexander, stealing an extra possession, and Jones McCrary's circus layup doesn't go, but he's fouled. I love the confidence that Coach Hepker instills in his shooters. In the timeouts, a couple of guys was in like, Coach, I'm not making shots right now. He's like, I don't care. Shoot the basketball. You get a good pass, shoot it. We believe in you to shoot it. And he said it to multiple guys. Ed Wright back in, and certainly worth noting, this is Ed Wright's first game back, and he's played, but in a very limited capacity. This is a guy that plays like 35, 36 minutes a game. When he's healthy, he's been out there for maybe 10 minutes tonight. He's got 6 points, but certainly not his typical usage. Working his way back into the swing of things. Pioneers lead by 4, putting on a little press and a 2-3 zone look now. Van Dyke whistled for a foul. That's going to be his 4th. Van Dyke playing some minutes in relief of Elmore at the point guard spot. Hasn't played a lot of minutes, but 4 fouls. 4 fouls on the freshman Bosch as well. Foul trouble starting to plague the Pioneers a bit. Hamzich misses the 1-and-1 though, so it's a stop. Alexander the rebound. Van Dyke going to slow things down and organize the offense. He is hounded by an excellent defender in Horton Jr. Comes that right to the corner, isolating Jones McCrary in the post. Gets a post touch. Step through, reverse, no contact, or no whistle, excuse me, through contact. A stop for the Mustangs, and they're off and running. Horton Jr. draws 2. I don't know why there's 2 on the ball in transition there. It left Bartley open for 3. Pioneers lucky. Trying to throw it to Anthony Brown ahead of the pack. Bartley steals it. Van Dyke back with the ball now. Possession changing hands multiple times. Finally, it's going to be Mid-America basketball trying to run some offense with 15 on the shot clock. Brown off the handoff. Into the lane. Difficult floater, no good. Hamzich a rebound. So the highly efficient offenses of the first 30 minutes have come to a grinding halt here the last few possessions, as Hamzich hits nothing but the corner of the backboard on a relatively clean look from 3. Set play called out from Coach Hepker. Comes the zoom handoff, ball screen into the lane. Anthony left it short off the front rim. And Jones McCrary whistled for a foul 94 feet from the basket. That's his, oh, it's his second, excuse me, it's his second. I glanced up at the scoreboard and saw the 3 fouls next to Anthony Brown's number 25 and thought it was next to Jones McCrary's 23. Held my breath for a moment. Just his second personal, but Mount Mercy in the bonus, so Bartley at the line. Not a guy you want to see at the free throw line. He knocks down the first. Makes it a 1-possession game. And Bartley 2 for 2. This is a Mount Mercy team that's won 3 of their last 4, including 2 in a row against Park and Columbia. Some impressive wins as of late. Pioneers go inside. They're looking to bounce back off of a 2-point loss to a really good Central Methodist team. Elmore, late shot clock now, going to work on Horton. Goes high post, skip. Bosch going to take a 3 from right in front of the Pioneer bench, no good. Pioneers out of the zone now, back in their base man-to-man defense. Right, going under, screens on Horton, daring him to shoot the jumper. He doesn't, swings for an open 3 off the mark, and an offensive rebound by the freshman, Yamikowski. Steals another possession for Mount Mercy, down by just 2. Horton Jr. drops it off for Bartley, going back door, and Elmore came over for a steal. He's whistled for the foul. Pioneer bench voicing their displeasure that thought, just like I thought, Micaiah Elmore got all basketball coming over and help on the strip, but regardless, Ryan Bartley's at the line and he knocks down the free throw with a chance to tie this game. Bartley now sitting at 25 points, leads all scorers. Got them both. We're all tied up at 68 with 3:13 to go in the ballgame here in the Cook Center. A game both of these teams desperately need. They're going to stay in the hunt to be around the top of the Heart of America Conference standings. So some confusion there after the made free throw as to whether or not Ed Wright was going to be allowed to check into the game. They're going to say, nope, he's got to wait till the next dead ball. Offense run through the top of the key here. Jones McCrary to Anthony Brown, empty side pick and roll. Gets a switch. It's Jones McCrary with Bartley. Here comes the double team. Steps through. Elmore, 3 from the corner, front rim. Rebound battled for and eventually won by the Mustangs, and they've got numbers if they choose to run. They don't. They're going to slow things down. Nothing slow about that crossover from Anthony Horton. A nice move. Ends in a fadeaway jumper off the mark, and Elmore's fouled after the rebound. It's just the 5th team foul on Mount Mercy, though. So Pioneers sitting at 9. Opponents will be in the double bonus the rest of the way, and Mount Mercy a couple fouls to give yet. Trying to isolate Anthony Brown in the post. They've got him right in the corner off the skip. Extra pass to Elmore. He's in the paint before you can blink. Pull-up jumper, no good, and there's a foul. The foul's on Aiden Yamakowski, his 4th, and Elmore's going to be at the line for 2. Mackay played as good a first half as you can possibly play. Had a bit of a quieter second half, but puts the Pioneers back on top. 69-68. Elmore's got 22. Got them both. And here's the token 2-2-1 press from Mid-America. We haven't seen a true big play in some time now for Mount Mercy. A lineup where all 5 guys can dribble, pass, and shoot it, willing to give up some size. Pioneers extend that 2-3 zone out, get those wings all the way up above the free throw line, and there's a steal. Elmore poked it away. Ed Wright comes down with it, and he's whistled for a carry. He's whistled for a double dribble. After the spin move, that's a tough call. You can argue it both ways. I think Ed passed it after the spin anyway. Take a look here. Ed spins, picked it up and passed it. He didn't dribble it again, so I don't know how that's a double dribble. You can give me an argument for something else, but turnover, and Pioneers lead by 2. Got to get another stop. Under 2 minutes to play. Bartley, short corner jumper, ties us at 70. And Ryan Bartley is a handful. He's got 28, coming off of a 28 performance in the win against number 23 Columbia. Hasn't missed a beat. Elmore probing on the wing. No screen comes. He's going to work on Horton. Blows by, drops it off for the dunk. Mackay Elmore. The little in and out dribble just froze Horton in his tracks. Gets into the paint, draws the big man, and drops it off for the dunk. That is a beautiful play. I changed my mind. That's my Olate the Eye Care Good Vision play of the game. Mackay Elmore with the blow by and the assist to Jones McCrary. Just absolutely left the defender in the dust with that left hand in and out dribble. We'll take a full timeout. Pioneers lead it by 2. 72-70, a minute 14 to go in the ballgame. Pioneers showing press once again, likely fall back into that zone. The zone's been effective. Just changes the dynamic of the offense, especially a team that runs that Princeton stuff so well. Just giving them a different look. Elmore out top on Bartley. Bartley into the paint, rises up over the top and hits it. He's got 30. We're tied at 72. And Bartley, you don't have to run much of anything for him. Just let him get to his left hand and raise up over the top and shoot it. Elmore off the pistol action, spins his way to the rim and scores again. Mackay at the rim over and over again. Another big bucket. Pioneers back on top by 2. Coach Hepker wants to talk things over, set his defense. I'm interested to see if they're going to come out in the press, in the zone, or if they're going to go back man-to-man. I wouldn't be shocked if they go back to 5, which is their man-to-man defense, but they switch every screen. The last thing you want to do is give up a 3, up 2, right? But switching every screen is a dangerous proposition when there's a mismatch nightmare like Ryan Bartley on the floor, a 6'7" guy. You can put it on the floor and raise up over a guard and score it. So see what lineups out there and what defense Mid-America comes out in. And Ryan Bartley with 30, Anthony Horton Jr. with 20, the 2 guys you absolutely have to key in on as far as what's going to be run from Mount Mercy, but they're going to surround those 2 with guys that can knock down open threes. Pioneers are led in scoring by Mackay Elmore with 25, Jones McCrary with 21, and Anthony Brown with 15. Pioneer coaching staff pleading with their group. You get a stop, possession is not over. You've got to go rebound. Offensive rebounds have been a big story for both groups. A 14-second difference between shot and game clock. Horton Jr. brings it across. Double ball screen, he refuses it, gets into the paint, and he's fouled. The baseline official right in front of Horton was going to say he lost it out of bounds, Pioneer basketball, but the referee on the sideline near midcourt comes in and says that's a foul on Mackay Elmore. Horton at the line for 2. And he missed the first. That's huge for the Pioneers. Now our rebound is massive because just 8-second difference shot in game clock. Horton Jr., not an excellent perimeter shooter. Got to come away with a defensive rebound on a miss here. He does miss it, and Elmore grabs the rebound. Big play by the Pioneer sophomore point guard. Coach Hepker telling Mackay, come to this right side of the floor. At 8 seconds, we're going to run some action. He's being pressured out top by Horton Jr. Really doesn't allow Pioneers to get into their set the way they wanted to. That's great ball pressure. Now Mackay's got a switch. Gets into the lane, to the rim, spins it up, no good. An offensive rebound, Jones McCrary, and he resets it to Ed Wright. Pioneers do not have to shoot it. I'm not sure if Ed realized that he didn't have to shoot it. He was fouled anyway. He's going to go to the line for 2. What a play by Jones McCrary to come up with the offensive rebound and kick it out. It's the 5th personal foul on Yamakowski. He'll exit the game. But can't overstate the importance of that offensive rebound. And Ed Wright has a chance to knock down a couple free throws, make this a 2-possession game. Mount Mercy going to take a full timeout and let Ed Wright, who's a little bit rusty, first game back, think about these free throws. We'll take one with him, MNUsports.com. Ed Wright will be at the line for a 1-and-1. It's just the 7th team foul on Mount Mercy. Ed, a season ago, Pioneers' best free throw shooter, was at 90% all year. That number has gone down this season, but it's more than capable. And a confident shooter from Lorain, Ohio, nothing but net on the first. Pioneers lead by 3. Chance to make this a 2-possession game. And he does. Ed Wright, cool as you like. Steps to the line. Yeah, I haven't played in a month. No big deal. I'll knock down both free throws. 76-72. Pioneers lead it. Going to put on some token full court pressure. Just don't want Mount Mercy to be able to roll it in. They get it to Horton on the run. No threes and no fouls is your staple here. Horton takes the 3. He missed it. Pioneers come away with the rebound and the win. A big win for your Pioneers against a hot Mount Mercy team. 76-72. Makai Elmore leads the way, and a huge shout out to Anthony Brown on an unbelievable career that's far from over, but his 2,000-plus points came here tonight in the Cook Center. Pioneers win at 76-72. Thanks for tuning in. MNUsports.com, MNU Sports on YouTube.